Hey, what's up everybody, it's Bald Guy Ace, and in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how you can get over 1 million coins as a 100% brand new player to Hypixel Skyblock. And I'm going to show you this step by step. We're getting really close to YouTube rank, so it would be super awesome if you guys could not only like the video, but also subscribe to my channel. It's totally free to subscribe, and you can always change your mind later, so you might as well hit the button now, and you can always undo it later after you finish watching the video. Many of you guys may have seen that I just joined a brand new co-op, and it's going to be super awesome, so stay tuned for more videos on that. But for now, let's get right into the guide. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is warp to the hub, and then once you're in the hub, we want to actually get into the smallest hub lobby that we can get into. So right now, as you see, there's a bunch of people in this lobby. So I'm going to go to the hub selector, and I'm going to right click. And if you have any rank, you can use this random hub button down on the right hand corner right here. And if you right click, it'll put you in the smallest mini server that it has at the time. There's a chance when you right click that there'll be other people in your lobby, so you can keep going back to the hub selector and right clicking again. If there's some kind of event going on, it may be hard to get a lobby by yourself. In this case, you see right here, I got this lobby totally by myself. If you don't have a rank, you can still use the hub selector, and you can happen to hope that, oh, like see right here, hub 8 has only 7 people in it. So you could go to hub 8 and you'd only, oh, look at that, hub 15 only has 4 people. So you could just kind of circle through and find a big hub that happens to have nobody in it. Or what you can do is go to another zone, like you can go to the barn, and then once you're at the barn, you can turn right around and come back and hope that it happens to put you into a lobby that has less people in it. So now that I'm the only person here, I actually have a little bit of skills right now because I have been playing for about a day on this profile, but I'm going to pretend that I have no skills at all. So as you see right here, I have no items, no armor on or anything. I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to start farming wheat by hand. We're just going to do this for a little while. I'm just going to go into all these little sections here. And as you can see, I have nothing in my purse right now. I emptied out my purse entirely because I want to do this as if I'm a totally brand new player. And I want to show you guys how fast and easy it is to actually make a lot of money on Hypixel Skyblock. All right, so we got a little bit of wheat and a little bit of seeds. I'm going to go now back to the NPC, the farm NPC. Actually, you can just type in /hub and it'll put you back in the beginning of the hub. And then you can turn to your right and the farm merchant's right here. At first, when you first join Hypixel Skyblock, you don't have access to the bazaar yet. So I'm going to actually sell this to the NPC here. And as you see, each stack of seeds sells for 32 coins. Each stack of wheat sells for 64 coins. So you can kind of have a rough idea of how many coins you're going to get by selling this stuff. This only took me like a minute to farm. I was doing it while I was talking to you guys. And as you see, I now have 862 coins. So that's plenty of coins for right now. So what I'm going to do now is buy a rookie hoe, but it's not enchanted at all. And then you can turn right around from the farm merchant, and then you can head over to the bazaar area over here. But we still can't use the bazaar because if you're a new player, you won't have the skills that you need yet. So first what we want to just do is go to the lumber merchant over here, and then we're going to go ahead and buy a promising axe. It's really not that important which axe you get as your first axe, but I'm just going to get a promising axe for 35 coins. You want to make sure that you have at least 300 coins in your purse. And after you have the promising axe and the rookie hoe, we're then going to go over here and we're going to go to the gold mines. So we're just going to walk right through here until we get to the gold mines. You just walk straight through the hub. And here we go, travel to the gold mine. And here we are, we're at the gold mine for the very first time on this profile. And there's things that it says you can do. And the thing we want to do right now is talk to the lazy miner. But actually, while we're on our way to talk to the lazy miner, we're going to come up this stairway here and we're going to turn left. And while Rusty is here, we're going to right click Rusty. He says a couple things to you. After he's finished talking, you then can right click him again and he'll let you put telekinesis onto each of your tools for 100 coins. So you want to put it onto the rookie hoe, then you want to put it onto the promising axe. Okay, and so once you have telekinesis on your rookie hoe and on your promising axe, you can then come over to the lazy miner. We talked to the lazy miner over here. He says some things, so you just got to go down here in the mine and get his pickaxe. Just make a right, kind of follow this down here. I just looped to the right. I went right every time on every turn. And then right here, you'll see a pickaxe that's actually kind of standing up like this. And you just want to right click, or actually you want to left click on the pickaxe. And then it says, oh, you found it. So we have the pickaxe automatically. So what we want to do is go back up to the top. All right, so we see the stairway back out of the gold mine. So I'm going back up here. So now all we want to do is go to Rusty and we want to put telekinesis onto this iron pickaxe that we just got from doing this quest. So we put it there. We still should have 100 coins because you should have carried over 300 coins from before. So look at that. We now have the 3 tools that we need to get the skills required to use the bazaar. So in order to use the bazaar, you have to get level 7 farming, level 7 in foraging, and level 7 in mining. And so the easiest way to do that is to get mining from the gold mines, foraging from the oak trees in the hub, and farming from the wheat in the hub. So since we're already here, I'm going to go down into the gold mine here. You might as well do that yourself because you want to get level 7 mining. So the easy way to do that is just take that iron pickaxe that you just got, and you already have smelting touch on it because it came with it, and you have telekinesis 1 on it. And so that should be really all you need to get to level 7. So then you can just kind of go around and mine any of the ore here. So anything that's kind of sticking up. So this iron here, you can go around and mine. Once you hit level 5, you actually have the option of going into the deep caverns to mine. And you could do that from level 5 to 7 if you want, but there's mobs and stuff in the deep caverns. So I would not really recommend doing that because you have no combat level right now as a new player. So I'd recommend just finishing up, getting to level 7 in the gold mines and not worrying about going to the deep caverns yet. If you go down to the bottom of the gold mines, by the way, you got some gold down here, but yeah, definitely hang around here until you get to level 7 mining. If at any point your inventory totally fills up while you're doing this leveling, you could either dump stuff on the ground because it's really not that important to make money from the stuff that you're leveling up with right now, or you could go back to the hub and sell it to the NPC since we don't have access to the bazaar yet. But it's really up to you what you do. If you have an ender chest page, you can put it onto your ender chest pages in your storage, depending on if you have one or not. But yeah, once we hit level 7 mining, we then want to get level 7 foraging. So I'm going to warp back to the hub. If warping back to the hub takes you to a weird spot, you can just type /warp hub again, and it should bring you back to the center of the hub. Otherwise, you can just turn around and physically walk there. So now we're back in the center of the hub. We want to turn around. And we want to go this direction and sort of just follow the path this way. Because I'm a new player, I don't have any speed boosts or anything, so I'm walking really slow, which is why I'm hopping to try to go a little faster. You just kind of keep following this path, and then once you get to all these oak trees over here, you can just keep farming all of these oak trees as well as the log piles that are on the ground, and you can just do this up until you get level 7 foraging. And then once you get level 7 foraging, you can just type /warp hub to get back to the center of the hub, or you could just simply walk back there. Okay, then once you're back in the hub, you have the option of either going to the barn and trying to farm things there to get to level 7, or what you could just do, which is pretty simple, is just do the same thing we did before when we were farming wheat. Just try to get into the smallest lobby that you can get to in the hub, and then once you're there, just kind of hop over to the wheat area, and you can literally just farm wheat until you get level 7, because right now we're not as concerned about coin difference between wheat and potatoes and carrots and things like that, so you might as well just find a lobby that has a ton of wheat and just farm the wheat until you get to level 7 farming. So what you want to do right now is, while you're trying to get farming 7, you also want to be saving up your wheat because we also do want to get more coins. And so as we see here, we now have a full inventory from the stuff we mined, the stuff we foraged, and the wheat and seeds. So I'm just going to go, we're going to presume that we still don't have access to the bazaar, although pretty soon you probably will have hit level 7 farming. If you did, then you can use the bazaar right now to sell this stuff. We're going to assume that we didn't, just to make it harder on ourselves. So we're going to sell this stuff at the NPC. All right, so we just sold everything to the NPC. We now have 2,600 coins. You'll probably have more than me because it might take you a little bit longer to actually get to level 7, because I didn't actually do the whole thing since I was already at level 7. I just did a demo. So just to show you how many more coins you can get if you have access to the bazaar, which you'll get once you have level 777 in mining, foraging, and farming. And now if I go to the wheat section, you can see if I actually instant sell this wheat, I can get 4,500 coins, close to 4,600 coins. So boom, I just got that by selling the same amount of wheat that I just told the NPC along with the seeds. So, and the seeds you can sell for some coins too. So if I instant sell that, that's another 2,200 coins. That's the same amount of stuff, and I just sold it for close to 7,000 coins. So that's why you can see that having access to the bazaar gets you a lot more coins very easily. So I definitely recommend selling to the bazaar as soon as you have access to it instead of using the NPC. So before we go to the librarian right there, we're just going to continue a little bit further. We're going to go to the armor smith right here, and we're just going to buy the cheapest thing that's available for armor. So this looks like a leather helmet. It's pretty cheap. It's 8 coins. A helmet has the most options for enchanting, and that's what we're using it for. So then what you want to do is go to this librarian and right click the experience bottle so you can buy stacks. And I'm just going to buy a whole stack. You could buy it as you go if you don't want to waste it, but I'm just going to buy a whole stack here just to do it because we have the coins. So now what you want to do is you want to get yourself to enchanting level 2. So if you right click the enchanting table and you put the leather helmet in it, you'll see that we have all these options. It really doesn't matter that much what you put on it because we're just doing this to get enchanting. So let's do protection. The cheapest thing you can put on with protection is protection 1, and it's 10 experience levels. So that's what I would probably recommend doing. So what you want to do is splash the XP bottles down on the ground until you get to level 10. Then you want to right click the enchanting table, put the helmet in there. You can go to protection, and then it costs 10 experience levels, which we have. So click to enchant, boom, it's now enchanted. You can now exit out of the table. And if that didn't get you to level 2, the next thing you want to do is just unenchant that same amount. So it'll take another 10 levels. So you'll just splash that on the ground. Once you do that, you just put the same helmet back in, go to protection again, assuming that's what you enchanted it with. And then it'll say click to remove, and it costs 10 experience levels, and you'll get XP for that as well. Once you get to level 2, then what you're going to want to do is put your rookie hoe into the table and then click on harvesting. And as you see here, you want to put harvesting 5 onto your rookie hoe, and that costs 25 experience levels. So that will take a decent amount of experience bottles. You may not have enough, and if you run out of coins, you can always just continue to farm wheat until you get enough coins to buy more experience bottles until you get to 25. All right, so we just got 25 levels. If you didn't get it yet, still just keep going back to farming some wheat until you get it. It should really only take a couple minutes to get enough coins that way. And then just go to the table, put your rookie hoe in there, then go to harvesting, and then we just want to put harvesting 5 on it, which grants 62.5 farming fortune. All right, so boom, now you have your rookie hoe enchanted with harvesting 5 and telekinesis 1. And so now the final thing you want to do before we can start making a ton of money is you want to get your farming to level 10. So by this point, your farming may already be level 10 because you've been farming this wheat to get coins. But if it's not already level 10, you can just continue to farm this wheat, keep on farming until you get level 10. It really shouldn't take that long. By the way, every time you fill up your inventory, instead of actually running all the way back to the hub to go to the bazaar, you can just type /warp hub. It'll then put you back to the beginning, and then you can just make a left and go straight to the bazaar like this and save yourself a little bit of time. Okay, so after getting farming level 10, you want to just go over here past the farm merchant and inside of the farming building, and then you want to talk to Jacob right here. Once you talk to Jacob, he'll say that you're eligible to participate in the Jacob's contests. Then you could right click him, and if you go into the middle here, it'll say the upcoming contests that are happening. But the easiest way to find out exactly when all the contests are happening is to go into your Skyblock menu, then click calendar and events, then down here click to open up the full calendar, and then you'll actually see every day in the current Skyblock calendar. Any of the days that have a wheat icon are the Jacob's farming events. And so each Jacob's farming event has 3 different crops that you can choose to farm between. And what we want to do is farm any of the events that have wheat on them. So if you go here, we see that in 1 hour and 29 minutes, there's a wheat contest. And so once the wheat contest actually starts, which in this case would be in 1 hour and 28 minutes, you would then do exactly what you've been doing this whole time in order to level up farming. So first you'd want to make sure that you're in the smallest, emptiest hub possible. So you want to go to the hub selector as always, then right click on a random hub, and hopefully it'll put you in one by yourself. And then you just go over and farm wheat as always. So you want to just continue with this contest. You have 20 minutes, but you're not going to need to farm the entire 20 minutes in order to get bronze. You'll probably only have to farm for about half of that time, maybe even less. And then when the contest ends, it'll say that you got bronze, and then you can just go over here and go back to Jacob. And then when you're back to Jacob, you just right click and you go over on this right hand side, it says claim your rewards. And as you see here, I've done a few wheat contests already. And basically if you did a wheat contest, it'll show up, and if you didn't collect it yet, it'll be blinking. And it says your rewards are 10 Jacob's tickets, 1 turbo wheat 1 book, and a bronze medal. And so if you didn't claim it yet, you just click it and then it would give you the items. I already claimed it, and so as you see here, I have a turbo wheat 1 book and 10 Jacob's tickets. And what's amazing as a new player is just how much money you can get from those items. So I'm going to go over to the bazaar here. So as you can see, currently Jacob's tickets are selling for about 13,600 coins each, which is a lot of coins, but they might actually even go higher than that depending on what time of day it is. But even at the current price, if you sold these 10 tickets, you would get 136,000 coins for them. And all you did was just farm wheat for about 10 minutes. So it's pretty amazing that you'd be able to get that amount of coins. Plus, you have the Turbo Wheat 1 book. So now if I go over here to the auction house, you'll see in the auction house, if I search for Turbo Wheat 1, Turbo Wheat 1 books are currently going for about 50 to 60,000 coins, and that's only the first few books. So if you really want to wait a little bit, you could probably sell it for over 70,000 coins for just that 1 book that we just got from farming wheat. So if you add that all together, that's 200,000 coins that you got from the Jacob's tickets and from the Turbo Wheat 1 book, and that's from just 1 wheat event. And if you look at the Skyblock calendar, there's usually about 3 to 4 wheat events every single 12-hour period. This means there'd be 6 to 8 wheat events every day. Now, obviously, you're probably not going to be playing Skyblock enough to get every single one of the events, but even if you just get 2 or 3 events in a day, that's over 500,000 coins in 1 day. And if you're able to get all the events, you could get over 1 million coins in just 1 day as a brand new player on Hypixel Skyblock. But one other contest that you might be able to get bronze in is the mushroom contest. So if there's a mushroom contest at a time when there's not a wheat contest, you might want to try to do that. If they're happening both at the same time, like on this particular event I'm looking at now, then you'd want to do the wheat contest because wheat is a lot easier to get bronze in. But if there's an event where it's only mushroom, like for instance right here, you could try getting bronze in the mushroom event. It's not guaranteed, but if you travel over here and you go past the area where we've been farming wheat and you go into the farming islands, and then you go through the farming islands up to the top into the desert settlement, And then once you get to the desert settlement, you just want to go into the mountain right here. And then once you're inside this mountain, you'll start to see mushrooms, and you can just farm these mushrooms with your promising axe that you already have. For this event, you'll probably have to go for the full 20 minutes to be guaranteed to get bronze. And hopefully, if you're lucky, you'll be able to get bronze, which will get you another additional 200 to 300,000 coins from selling the Jacob's tickets and the mushroom turbo book that you would get from that. So I hope by following this guide, you'll be able to get over 1 million coins each day. If it helped you out, it would be awesome if you could leave a like, and most importantly, please subscribe to my channel so that we can get YouTube rank. I'm going to be posting tons more guides and videos on this co-op, so you don't want to miss them. But until my next video, I'm Bald Guy Ace, reminding you to embrace the baldness.